What is up? What is up? What is up, guys? Jay Bynum back again with Ekklesia Arkansas. Let me actually hide this real quick so I can talk to you guys real fast. I got a little issue with my camera up here. Please excuse me. I don't know really what's going on with that. Um, Try to lower a filter setting here. No, seem to be working here. Um, anyway, guys. Ooh, kind of worse. I wanted to. Oh, that made it a little better. I wanted to kind of come on here and speak real quickly on a few things that has caught my attention. One is I want to start off by reading Psalms 7:14 through 16. And Psalm 7:14 through 16 is the wicked conceive evil. They are pregnant with trouble. They give birth to lies, and they dig pits to trap others, then fall into it themselves. The trouble they make for others backfire on them. The violence they plan falls on their own heads. I actually thought it was a perfect couple of verses to read here because, so for some of you guys who don't know who I am, uh, I, I don't like giving myself a title, but the number one title that I do like to that I know is proven is I'm a watchman on the wall. Okay, and that's how we should all be. We should all be watchmen on the wall. We should be very switched on, if you will, about especially if you're led by the Spirit. I mean, you should be really switched on if you're led by the Spirit. And this isn't bragging or anything, but this is just something that I want to show you guys. Something that I noticed in just the past hour. So it's really I don't know if they started doing it yesterday, but I wanted to bring your attention to our good old faithful YouTube. And the reason why I started off with the Psalms is, guys, they're the enemy is pushing the narrative, and um, it is a narrative that we that you guys I don't want you to be shocked by, okay? It's a narrative that I don't want you guys to be shocked by because um think of it like this. In order for the righteous to have a way into justice, okay? In order for justice to take place, sometimes you have to allow the enemy to make the first move, make their advancements, right? And I'm sorry again for um I've got a little camera issue up here. Okay. Sorry for that. But anyway, I want to show you guys something. And today's episode is basically it's going to be two main key points. Number one is you can see the narrative that people are trying to push. Okay, if you just do a simple YouTube search, I just happen to stumble. I don't look at mainstream media at all, but the Lord had me like super focus in on today, um, the headlines, and I want to kind of show you guys the headlines for today, and kind of help you understand what narrative and what kind of conditioning the enemy's trying to push on the people. And when you're led by the Spirit of truth, you see conditioning. You see the the psyop that the enemy tries to do. Okay, and when I scroll through this, it's going to be very obvious to you what the enemy's plans are next. Okay, um, some might say, well, it's all part of the plan, it's all part of the show. I don't care what it is all part of. All I want is to show you guys, as led by the Spirit, uh, what the conditioning narrative is, okay? And the narrative that these people are going to try to spin, and they might possibly be successful. So without further ado, I'm just going to kind of go through the headlines here. I'm not going to click on them. I'm not going to read them. I'm not going to research them. I've already done the reading and the researching, and now I'm just the watchman on the wall, sharing with you guys. Don't be surprised. Don't lose hope. Don't be all freaked out because, oh no, they're going to do what they've been conditioning us to see for, I don't know, maybe a week. Okay, I don't know how it's going to go down, but I'm just going to go through the conditioning here. Right now, we know that that Mr. Chucky Buck Schumerhead got all upset on the floor of the Senate a few days ago. It was probably, I think it was probably Friday. And he was calling for special counsel like they did on 9/11. So basically, a 9/11 commission. And if you just do a simple go to YouTube, okay, simple YouTube search, Trump news at the very top. Just put that in. Click, click, click. Go over to your filters and go within today, okay? And it doesn't take long before you see all of this stuff pop up. Okay, they're bringing up, I mean, the first things that you see is Capitol riot, Inquirer blocked, okay? Um, Trump's financial something something grand jury, okay? But this is the thing that I want to show you guys. Wow. Did they remove it? Oh, I removed it on accident. Okay. So if you go to today, okay, look at this. You see this? This was 10 hours ago. All right. You've got this lady here. She's speaking. You've got Trump angry behind bars. Okay. Look at this right down below. Look. Um, fake president, real traitor. Okay. You've got his face over here looking like I don't really know what that is. But the narrative. Look, here we go. Here's another one. CNN. Okay. You see the FBI hauling him away on this thumbnail. You see him behind a jail cell on this other one. Don Lemon, he's after him. You see him again in these thumbnails. You see the narrative that they're trying to push. Okay, it's not just clickbait. All right, this is 3 in a row. Right, this is 8 hours ago, 53 minutes ago, 5 hours ago. This is the narrative, guys, that they're trying to push. And I want you to understand something. Trump is very important because he's anointed and appointed. Okay? But I also want you to understand this. No matter where Trump stands, ever, or what opposition is against him, you're missing the point if you think that the change happens at the top anymore. Okay? If I could just be blunt, the pyramid is falling. Right? The pyramid scheme is over. Trump has already told us he's giving the power back to the people. That means that the power starts with you and in your home and in your community. Okay? No matter what you see, this is to get the people engaged. In the way that I see it, as the way I see things, this is to me gonna bring people to a point where they're going to want to start making a difference. You have way more than half of the nation for Donald J. Trump. You have way more than half the nation for him. So it makes sense for there to be for there to be a, how can I say this? A need for the people to rise. And that can only happen if you know that you're the only choice. And that's sometimes a good place to be in. I know I'm already there. I'm waiting on most of the people listening now. I already have the mentality to go into the new land, to not want to be part of Egypt anymore. I'm totally 110% ready. It's my job to help everyone else get ready because a lot of people still like Egypt. I don't know why. It's literally you're drinking dirty water. I mean, everybody's getting hit with all kinds of stuff that they put in your body a long time ago, and even today. I mean, they're trying to just put stuff in there some more. I mean, guys, Egypt, we got to roll out. You know, it's time to get going, and stuff like this. This is just to help you get motivated to start doing something. You cannot keep looking for the top of the pyramid anymore. That's part of why even the church movement's about to fall, because they're still looking at the top of the pyramid. Change begins in your home. Change begins in your community. Change begins with your neighbor. Listen also to General Flynn, what he's been saying. You know, a small thing that you do can have a national impact. You have to tie these things together. So, what is this portraying, and what is the conditioning? The conditioning here is that they're gearing up to try to perp walk our president, and they may be successful. But if they are, where's the change going to happen? It can only happen if you decide to start changing. If you decide to start making small differences within your community, within your family, within your state and local level. And I wanted to let you guys know that this is a push to start making it happen, because the top of the pyramid is under attack in all sort of different ways. But you have to understand, Trump wants you to take your sovereignty back. What is sovereignty? Does that mean that you're going to go get a piece of paper from the government saying that you're a sovereign, or that you are self-sufficient? No. No, see, we're children of God, okay? When you're children of God, I mentioned this yesterday, you have an eternal, you're an eternal individual under God. If you choose to be with the Father, and you make your account right, so that means that you're saved by the Son, okay? You change your life, you start walking in holiness, start being listening and learning the leading of the Holy Spirit, where you won't go wrong and you won't turn from the view of the Father or from the ear of the Father. It says clearly in the Bible that the Father is ready and willing to listen to the children who are walking in obedience. I kind of paraphrase that. I'm trying to remember the exact wording, but it's kind of like the Lord is ready to listen to the prayers of the righteous, basically, and He turns His ears from the wicked. I believe that's exactly how it goes. And translations aside, but I wanted to bring this up because you can see the conditioning here, and you're gonna see it more and more until possibly it happens. But if it happens, he is not the top of the pyramid anymore. You are. You've always been. It's just that these people who want to do this to them, these people, they have stopped you with false information, with misleading information, with cute and cuddly information, with fear, with doubt, with control. You don't have what you're not willing to grab. And these events that are about to take place, you're going to start wanting to grab it. These events that are about to take place, you're going to start wanting truth. Hopefully you get it here. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm also going to be like I told you last night as well, I'm going to be start broadcasting a lot more to help everybody out, okay? I'm a watchman on the wall. I'm going to be presenting some stuff to help you guys out for not just news and information, but to spiritually help you get prepared for the things that you're going to face. And it doesn't start with me turning on the broadcast and start leading you. I was going to grab my Bible, but it's just a little bit too far out of reach, but it's still beside me. But you're guided by that. You're guided by the Bible. You're not guided by me. I'm just being the watchman on the wall, telling you what they're planning to do. Okay? So I just wanted to help you guys out so you're not freaked out and everybody's scrambling like, I don't know, why are they locking up our president? Well, if you haven't noticed, their other presidency is it's looking bad for Mr. B. And I'll just leave it at that. It's looking bad for old Mr. B. They're doing a lot of stuff with the audits and stuff like that, but I'm not going to get into that because you guys know all that information. I am going to give you information that you can only get when you're led by the Spirit. So a lot of you may be like, well, you're not really going through the news, am I? Am I not? Because if you know the plot of the story and the plot and plans of the enemy, that's why I read Psalms 7, I believe it was 14 through 16 to you at the beginning. If you know the traps laid by the enemy, you don't fall into them. They will fall into them because no one else will. And the reason why is because people who live in pride, they forget that they laid the traps. they're so focused on, oh, I can't wait to lay these traps. I'm going to go lay more traps and more traps and more traps. And oops, I forgot I set this one. Ow. 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 Yeah. Their arrogance and pride, they lay so much traps that they fall into their own. And that's their life. They like to lay traps for other people. And then people who are smart, led by the Spirit, they're not going to fall for it. So when this happens, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to fall for this narrative, okay? You shouldn't either because you're listening to this broadcast. But in case you have somebody who you know who isn't listening to this broadcast and you think it might help them, please do me a favor and go share this broadcast. I'm sorry again for the camera, messing up just a little bit. Please forgive me. But the next thing I wanted to touch on, and I'm actually going to just go ahead and leave this up because I think it just shows exactly what they're trying to do. The second thing I want to touch on is self-sufficiency. Guys, if you don't, I know that me, Melissa Leggett, and Ray, and so many other people have been really trying to advocate for being a little more self-sufficient. And what does that mean? What does that look like? Well, the Lord told me to start a garden. Half of my garden is not looking very good. The other half is thriving. So I believe that God is going to give me enough. Um, and I'm still working it. I'm still tending it. I don't know nothing about gardening, guys, but I'm doing it, right? The Lord also told me to get chickens. I've been building a chicken coop for the past three three weeks, man. It's and I'm still not done. It's a long process. I'm raising these chickens. I'm getting this chicken coop built, and I'm not doing it alone. Uh, I've got some people at my home helping me out with that, but currently I still work a whole 40 hours a week. So, uh, until that stops within a month, because I will start hopefully doing this or something else for full time. Um, I he has just the Lord has just really been pressing upon us how to be a little more self sufficient. So he's had me start a garden. He's had me do some uh raise up these chickens and get them ready for laying this close to the end of this summer. But then another thing that I wanted to touch on, and I will start also be doing a series called Ekklesia Silver, and I wanted to touch on preserving your wealth. Uh, I'm not pushing anything. I'm not pushing any sites. I will show you guys deals, weekly deals, on silver. I'm gonna start doing that. Um, I'm gonna start talking about more along the lines of, if you haven't already, I think it might be wise. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, just letting you know that, but it would be wise to do more investing into assets than you are holding physical currency. That's just my personal. That's what I do. It's my personal opinion. Um, but I do a lot of teaching on silver. I'm not an expert, and if you ask me about coins and currencies, I'm not going to be able to tell you. I focus more on the bullion side, um, where you buy rounds, you buy stuff to that effect. But I will get into that more on and teach about that on a different day, other than today. I might even do it tomorrow. I don't know. It just depends. I worked a full day today, meaning I worked on the coop all day long. So, um, it I'm just about passed out. But I wanted to come on here and I wanted to just help you guys. I wanted to give some insight on what my spirit has helped me to see, and this isn't the only place that you're going to see this. I mean, but I just wanted to show you the narrative that they're pushing. And I think it's safe for you guys to start preparing your spirit to receive this, okay? Because they wouldn't be pushing it this much if it's not going to happen. So, uh, I don't want to see it happen, but at the same time, I don't, even if it does, I don't think it's legitimate. But I just want to also I really want to drive home self sufficiency, and that's in all ways: spiritual, uh, political, self sufficient in your community, self sufficient in your government, or not your government, self sufficient in um, your personal lives. Okay, so I just wanted to bring this up, help you guys out, because that's what I do. I'm just here to help. Last thing I really just have to cover is, if you want to be part of the conversation that I'll be having on these broadcasts, I will be live on let's see. I will be live on my telegrams, whenever I'm live like this, I will be receiving live updates from the public square, and you guys can feel free to jump into the chat, and I will read your comments live when I'm doing things like the Ekklesia Insights or the Ekklesia Silvers, or broadcasts like that. So, again, I want to thank you for, well, not again, I want to thank you. I want to go ahead and thank you for watching. And I hope this was helpful. I hope that you're not, freaked out when you see something happen. I really hope that you take what happens and you draw more near to the Lord and not towards other people where they're going to sit here and pretend to have the answers when in reality, God's really just trying to make you see that He is the one in charge of everything, okay? And you, as men and women, as children of the Most High God, you have the absolute ability to hear from Him and to be guided from Him. And He'll definitely guide and help you through every situation. So I wanted to drive home those 2 points. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was very short. And I'll see you guys next time. God bless.